Welcome back to Wafflehouse in Alexandria.
Hey!
Hey! Hey! And thank you. A resume from last week.
Bear with me, I'm just getting undressed.
Sorry?
Oh, no, there we go. I'm ready.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Quite an opener, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, hello, welcome back, all you lovely waffleites. It appears that I'm the only one that uses that terminology for our one lovely viewer. So, where we left off last week, we were standing in the middle of a vast sand dune expanse, having defeated Balor the Balrog. This ominous feeling that Brick was having ended up being not much other than a warning coming from Marius, who desperately tries calling Brick back, telling him he needs to head back to Sanctuary to save his daughter Ragesh. She might be dying. The party and ah on the best way to get back, and an old friend of Dak appears, Strickler, some weird friend he'd made in a forest at some point that no one remembers, and he helpfully casts mist on the party, and we wisp our way back towards Sanctuary. Upon arriving, it looks like an absolutely apocalyptic nightmare. There are bodies exploded everywhere, guts and intestines have been exploded outwards from their bodies, there's dysentery, disease and pestilence all over Sanctuary. Ignoring all of this, the party head towards the center chamber where Marius is kneeling on the floor. And Ragesh, covered in blood, is there, feebly breathing, and Marius is trying his best to heal her. Brick goes over and investigates to see what's happening with his daughter, and nothing much. There's nothing. She is on her last legs, and sadly, she dies. And the party cannot do anything to help her after being exhausted from the countless battles they've fought. From there, the party discussed with Marius the best way to bring her soul back, or at least revive her in some shape or form. Many ways and many abilities are discussed, but ultimately, Marius says there's this statue hidden within the depths of the mine, a golden elf statue that may or may not have some power that could potentially resolve some of her issues. So he tasks the party to go and find this golden statue. And they do. They traverse through the caverns, winding caverns of fun and smelly stinkiness, and they happen upon this statue. It's emanating, that word is difficult to say, emanating a green, sickly light. And the party cannot approach it without getting some sort of radiation sickness, or radiating sickness. The party have a fantastic idea, and I think this is probably one of the best ideas we've had. JC gets conquered up by Lewin's wonderful spells and heads in and investigates the statue. And that's where we left it off.
You forgot the routine saving throws for something? Question mark.
Oh, routine saving throws.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. Well, I enjoyed that. You made one mistake though. See, I get naked before every session, so I don't have to get changed during.
Oh, okay, right. That's obviously where I went wrong. Yeah, I also forgot.
I got one very strong vibe during that. When you said about she died, all I can just imagine was Blade Runner when he goes, "If they die, he dies."
So, in a deep underground, in a dark cavern, illuminated by fungi designs you've not seen before, see deposits of white stone around you. You are tasked to find a statue, golden statue of a female elven warrior. Have warned this artifact potentially could interfere with your mind. You followed instructions written on a parchment in ancient Elvish. You've made your way to, you think, the chamber where this statue is in. Inside this, in a concher of green energy, JC had gone in to scout the area. He saw the figures of two dead elves strangled each other to death in this space, and he came out, and you stand there now, not quite knowing what to do, over to the Wafflehouse.
Well, I know it's usually in our nature to waffle quite a lot, but I think instead this is the week that we should do everything directly and quickly.
Yes, maximum efficiency.
I hear the DM's
negative inspiration. Negative inspiration, guys.
Well, I think it's on JC to decide what he's doing, since he is mid-stroll through the green.
He's out of the green now.
Oh, is he out of the green now?
Yeah, I've come back by now and I've explained what I saw about obviously the two strangling Skellingtons and then the gold statue. And then I'm probably now going to curl into a ball and have a nap, whilst you not decide what it is you're going to want to do inside this conker, because it's comfortable.
The conker has gone down. Lewin pushed it down.
Did he put it down before or after I curled into a ball? In other words, am I about to fall onto a rock?
No, you were safely outside, and also it only lasts for a minute, so.
So this green glow. Womble. What's his name?
Iskip.
You Womble. Oh dear. You have wandered into the green glow.
Started regressing.
Was that deliberate?
No, but I will take it because I didn't see it, but I will take it.
Okay, there should be green. There should be a green light from it. There we go. I'll put it on. I'll take it. Okay, there you go. There's a green light from it as well.
I'll test it out. Happily.
Of course he does.
You go into the green glow,
mint.
and you feel your your skin start to contract slightly. Let me get rid of that. And oh god, what was the spell called? I keep forgetting.
Radiating sickness, was that it?
It's sickening radiance is the name.
There we go. So, you need for me to make a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay. Could somebody roll 4d10 for me, please? Take a point of exhaustion.
Excellent.
Don't forget your diamond soul.
And you take 23 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Cool, that is good to know. Yeah, I wasn't going to use Radiant Soul here, just because I wanted to see what would happen.
Radiant? You mean diamond soul?
Diamond Soul, sorry. This is smart. Don't stay in that.
Unless Yiska's been keeping a really big secret from us this entire time.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Thank you, though. Yeah, don't go in the green sticky. It really hurts. Yeah. I thought I could power through it, truthfully, but I can't.
This does seem to be somewhat of a problem.
You hear a mewling from inside your clothes. Freddy's been injured by the radiance. He's not very happy.
His grip's is literally just bugging out. He's just gone.
Are you going? Are you seriously going?
I'm going towards wherever the nearest next part of light is. That's far away from these people.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can't see. You got no sight.
I put my helmet up at the last session as we were traversing.
Oh, did you?
Cave.
Okay. Let me put you on. So you have vision as you run away.
Remembering there is a safe cave over here, I'm going to go over to this cave and jump by this mushroom and caress Freddy until he feels better.
Okay. He's muling. He's taken 4 radiant damage.
Bastards.
But he licks. He licks. You can see it's damage, but he licks it, and although he's muling, he's not as upset about it as you thought he would be. He has been hurt, but doesn't like it. He has some affinity for radiant damage.
Yeah, I will pander to him until he feels better.
Okay. So the rest of you see a skip run off.
All right, that's pretty typical for a skip to just act weird. All right. So, can I actually see this statue from where I am, having had it described now?
Can you see it?
Good point.
I don't think you can from where you are.
I have an idea because I might be able to see like a bit of a circle, but no, I don't think I can see it.
No, you got vision coming from other people as well, so I don't think you can.
Okay, fair enough.
No. You can see the glow which is in front of you.
All right. Look, I'm pretty tough. I think you'll know that. Bit of a champion. I think I can get in there, get this thing, and get out.
Having watched Yiskip have a good chunk of his arm burned off, have I got any recognition of what I think this does?
You can see that it was almost like a burn. You realise it was radiant damage.
Man, radiant damage sucks. There's not many things which deal with it. Oh well.
It won't hurt me, I'm fine. It doesn't even sound like that bad. I don't think you can get it from like anything pointy or stabby.
Sounds like you might just get a bit of a tan.
Yeah, a bit of a tan, that's fine. I'll spend time in the sun.
You could see that the light was coming from the statue itself.
Let's propose for a moment, Boris, that you do in fact go in and touch the statue or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you propose to do once you're in there?
Well, I'll bring the statue out.
Well, the thing is, if it's coming from the statue, it's just going to come with you.
Well, what if it isn't coming from the statue?
Well, we should plan for both eventualities, just in case it is coming from the statue.
I mean, I love the idea of Boris chasing you lot with this thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of.
Okay, Lewin, can you do the thing that you did on the portal to the statue?
Well, not without horribly burning myself to death.
Can I do it?
Or was it sizzling? One of the two.
Can you tell me how to do it? Casting spells looks easy. Just like tell me what do I have to do?
Lewin will do that. Lewin will tell you the process. He will tell you the incantation, the hand movements.
Okay, could you all make for me, please, a wisdom saving throws?
Does my
Is this from Lewin or the Radiance?
You asked for waffling, okay?
Yeah.
Does my mind blank still protect me?
Yes. You and JC do not need to make any rolls on this. Has it gone here?
Good question, Lewin. What spell is the Conquer level?
The Resilient Conquer is a 4th level spell.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, it sucks to be a half-caster, don't it? Oh, wait a sec. You can do quite literally 80 points of damage in a single round.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I can do a lot more than 80.
Okay.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
JC, you don't need to do this. Brick is fine. Iskip is fine. Boris, you don't have the... Boris, you just stand there looking confused. Dak is fine.
Nobody knows.
Well, actually, you're looking confused because Lewin is trying to explain to you how to cast spells.
I feel like there should be some psychic damage in there somewhere.
All right, Lewin, go from the start. I didn't quite keep up with that. What was the first bit?
Can you just roll me an intelligence check?
Absolutely.
Please be natural 20.
Lewin's gone for the magical equivalent of in the beginning.
Actually, not bad for Boris.
Yeah, you know what, Boris? You've got it. You know the movements exactly. You know, it's like martial arts. You see a couple of kung fu films, you know exactly what you're doing.
Martial
Kung Fu films?
Accidentally cast Circle of Death instead.
You know, if you tell Boris this, he's going to think that it's going to work. You understand that, right? Whatever he thinks you've said to him, he's going to try it.
I know, actually, Boris, that was an 11, so you actually realise possibly it's not going to.
No.
You can't. 11's not bad. That's a good roll. So you realise you can't really get your fingers around it. And
I was setting the DC as the spell level, and Dispel Magic's a 3rd level spell, so 13 was my passing criteria.
no, I think he's passed it enough to realise he's on the Kruger-Koenig curve, and he's at the bottom. he's not. If he'd rolled a under 5, he would have been up on the far left, and he would have said, "Yeah, I can do this," and he would have attempted to do that.
Yeah,
Right.
He knows enough to know he can't do
I
it.
tell you what, I could help out with this, right? With Spell Thief. If you do like a level 3 spell learn, I could then go to Boris. See, look, it's easy, and I can do it.
Actually, Lewin's just going to stand on the edge of this green glow. Can I see this statue?
Can you see the statue?
I can see the statue.
Then you can see the statue, and you see the image of a golden, elven female warrior, resplendent in ancient armor, golden, but this is green glow coming from it.
Man, I'm going to really hate myself in a couple 100 years for what I'm going to do to this statue. Right, let's get a helping hand. As you suddenly see a green gardening glove pops into the air next to Lewin.
Okay.
As I'm going to get my green fingers out.
Could you... Is that the spell?
That is the spell.
What sort of... Excellent. Could you roll a chaos magic thing for me, please? Because it's an evocation spell.
Absolutely.
Psychic. Oh, blimey. So you don't get a hand, you get a brain.
Oh, even better.
And it just floats there, sort of crackling a little bit.
Man, I have no idea what the brain can do. Can it think for me?
It's got 2 little eyes at the front, and it looks at you rather quizzically. But could you also, on your thing at the top, it'll say Wild Magic Surge roll. Could you roll that for me as well, please?
Yes, I can. Wild Magic...
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Roll the dice.
Let's
1.
do it.
1. Who is it always? So Boris, you're standing there wiggling your fingers.
Oh, Christ.
And you're standing there trying to do it, and you start to feel really quite poorly. Oh, you're not feeling great. Could you roll a
You
1d?
drop on my head.
Could you do a roll a 1d4 for me, please?
I want to.
Oh, you know what? You're starting to get a bit of a hangover. This magic stuff is not for you. So you're poisoned for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
while Boris is suffering from hyperopathy, Lewin is going to flex his most powerful muscle of all, his brain.
Yep. And there's
Quite literally, as the brain is going to use its fantastic telekinetic powers
Yep.
to try and lift this statue off.
Okay.
If it can, of course. I have no idea what the capabilities of this brain are now.
Okay, and it goes in there, so it needs to make a Can you make a Constitution saving throw as it goes in?
It doesn't exist.
It has armor class 20, hit points equal to your hit point maximum.
That's fair enough.
That's what it says here.
It doesn't have a stat block.
No, it has. It will use your stat block.
That's fine. So Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
That's a 21.
And that is going to be okay. It takes 11 radiant damage, and you can see the brain is starting to peel back slightly. And it goes in there, and it's not a hand; it's a brain. So
yes,
it gets close. It just bumps into it.
most brains don't have the dexterity for this. However,
but this one managed to fashion out of a couple of neurons a rudimentary sort of appendage, a little bit like a tentacle.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's your cousin.
The hand will attempt to pull this great big statue off the pedestal.
Okay, so it attempts to pull. So how far are you going to pull it?
He's just going to try and pull it 5 feet. He's just going to try to pull it off the pedestal.
Excellent. That's why your wisdom's that. Could JC, Lewin, and Boris all make for me Constitution saving throws?
Oh dear.
I want to throw anything I can at this to try and help dodge.
As a 28 for Lewin.
Lewin passes. JC passes. Boris passes. Okay. That's 11 radiation damage. Radiation damage. What's it called? Radiant damage.
I prefer the former. It's got the right colour for it.
Yeah, exactly that. Are you going to move out the way? I'll let you move out of that space if you wish.
just gonna move back slightly.
Really stupid question.
Yep.
How far did we travel to get to it? Just remind me, how far did we travel from Sanctuary to get to this?
It's only about an hour, but you were following the map, and it just said second left, fourth go down, fourth right, and it was basically instructions rather than a map.
Because my thought was this effect probably goes down when we take it to the magic barrier, right?
Maybe.
I think it's a bit far for me to carry and suggest what I was going to do, which was you keep all healing me and I just run with this as fast as I can back. I think I'm going to struggle.
Well, this thing looks pretty damn big. I'd be surprised if you could lift it and run with it.
I think I could. I reckon I could.
The brain just managed to move it.
Well, we all know that the brain is the mightiest muscle in the body.
So
speak for yourself.
So next go, the hand takes another 11 damage.
Okay.
Because it passed its first saving throw, I'm going to say it's going to pass all of them. It doesn't get exhaustion points, saying. You are out of the. JC. You took a point of exhaustion when you were in there as well. And as did Boris, as did Lewin.
Oh, what, just now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Blimey, even with the save?
Even with the save, yeah.
Even a save, blimey.
Yep.
That is not going to work for Brick.
Right, alright, this is all too fancy. Lewin's just going to move the statue into line of sight, He's just going to move it 5 foot.
Yep, he can drag it there, not a problem. Yep.
To the side, making sure he stays out of it.
Yep.
And now he's got direct sight of it, and yep, he's within the range. I'm going to just try and dispel whatever magic's on this. Now, I'm only casting this at 3rd level, so I'll need to make a intelligence check against
You need to make an intelligence roll for me, please.
Absolutely fine.
You need to make an intelligence roll for me, please. Guidance. Guidance. Guidance.
Yeah, there's some guidance in there.
That's a 17, unless anyone wants to help with that.
Yeah, we could have one of those on there.
Hey, he's used it! Good God!
It's not just
That's
funny
it,
when
campaign
people
over.
fail.
You used it.
Okay. First of all, Lewin, could you roll the Wild Magic Surge for me, please?
Yes, I can.
You suddenly turn. You do a Eddie Murphy, and you suddenly become enormous. You start to bulge around. You ooze around your armor as you put on huge amounts of weight. You don't get the temporary hit points because you take that damage because of you being constricted by the armor. But you cast Dispel Magic and you rolled a 19. The light goes out.
Yes, guys, I did it. All 3 of his chins wobble as he giggles to himself.
It's an improvement, Lewin.
Right,
If I was a bard, I could do that as well.
And it's suddenly very dark.
I'm just gonna have a sit down. That took a lot out of me.
It looks like it put a lot in you.
Hey.
Giggity.
Well, let's try and get him back quickly.
Although the question is now, though, have we just totally balked this and turned it into a normal statue with no magical powers whatsoever?
Hey! If that statue's solid gold, I'll have it. If no one else wants it.
Giant gold scratching post.
Okay, you lose your points of exhaustion. JC, that means you took 1d10 and then you lose this point of exhaustion, so you take another 1d10 damage.
Yep. Yay.
So Sickening Radiance isn't good for you.
Yeah. Lewin is sat down.
So there is a slight glow to the statue now, golden glow, but that green field is gone.
If he may, Lewin's going to start ritual casting a spell.
Okay, the hand goes down.
Perfect, that's fine. As you just hear this bang to the floor. It only lasts for a minute anyway.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Iskit, what are you doing?
I'm still pandering to Freddy. Is he any better now?
Yeah, he likes the attention. He's after something to eat, a mushroom or something else.
I will pick up this giant stem that I'm standing on or sitting on and start peeling off bits and giving it to him.
Okay.
And then after some time, I will walk back towards the group.
Okay, he belches a sulphurous belch. He's still feeling a little sorry for himself, but he's licking his lips as well as he's eating the mushroom.
With my outfit, I start.
You get there, and suddenly there's this strange creature you see standing with some of the Wafflehouse. This is enormous-looking half-elf, about 400 pounds, wearing this tight armor and bulging through the seams. You can hardly see its eyes because its face is so swollen. I mean, the face is the side of a moon, and right in the centre of it is a small face with a goatee beard and a little moustache and a monocle.
I told you not to eat all of those donuts, Lewin.
You see Lewin's just muttering to himself as he's somehow managed to procure these strange little pastries.
Lewin, what's your strength?
My strength score?
Yeah.
It is a whopping total of 8.
You just sit on the floor.
Yeah, I am sitting on the floor. Does 10 minutes pass?
Yeah, after a minute, this wears off and the weight comes off again.
So you see, suddenly, Lewin starts floating in the air like Professor X as I'm going to summon my Phantom Rascal. As I'm going to sit my fat ass down on it, as it then transports me around as I bump into JC's knees.
Okay, could you please do the wild magic roll for me, please?
You're not fighting very, very high if you're bumping into my knees.
Yay! You can oppose
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I like that. Oh, I like that.
Roll.
Yay.
I don't know about you, all it's saying for me is Surge of Wild Chaotic Magic, Womble's legacy lives on.
It only tells the person who rolls the effects.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Lewin, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Excellent. Yep.
So yeah, you see that Lewin's sort of hovering like Baron Harkonnen, just
Yeah.
And he's eyeing a heart plug on Boris. Do they have the heart plugs in the new Dune movies?
Oh, I can't.
I've not seen them. I've not seen the new Dune movies. Okay, but never mind. Okay, so a phantom. What is this phantom that turns up?
It's a rascal. So you just see this little like floating chair like Professor X has, or like a floating chair like Baron Harkonnen, as I'm sort of just wobbling off the ground, floating around.
Okay. So you can
fucking love it, man.
so basically, there is a anti-gravity wheelchair there. and Lewin sits in it, and
yes, perfect. That is exactly what I look like right now.
and you sit in this. So the obesity just wears off instantly, and you sit on this chair. And on the left there is a space, and inside you can see this container cup with a strange paper straw-like thing sticking out of it, and red writing on the outside, which says something like Coca-Cola or something. And on the other side there's a great big bucket with KFC, the letters KFC within it. You think something eldritch meaning behind that, but you're not quite sure what that is.
Kaimal's fried chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a remote control stuck in the cushion down by your side.
Is the Coca-Cola bottle a vintage one, so it has the good stuff still in it?
No, it's 90% ice.
I'm going to be routinely using prestidigitation to cool myself off because it's really, really fucking hot in this case.
And there's a little white fan, a little hand fan that goes. But the obesity only suddenly all the extra weight goes off, and you're sitting there. And the anti-gravity chair suddenly forces you up to the ceiling. Could you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Oh yes, please. Right, dexterity.
Oh, I like that. You take 2 bludgeoning damage as a chair. You suddenly lose your weight. The chair overcompensates, so you get slammed into the ceiling of this cave.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, I feel as though I've just had a metric ton of gravy pass through my veins. As Lewin adjusts the gears on his chair as he starts to hover to the ground. Although now he's got the chair up, he's not going to move. He's just going to
just going to sit there. Okay.
He's got a little wheel now he can use to turn it like a Dodgem car.
So, Brick, you can see the Wafflehouse being the Wafflehouse and dithering. That's how does that affect you?
Yeah, I'm just ignoring my friends now. The big green glow's gone. I can just walk towards it and nothing happens, right?
Well, we shall see. You walk towards it.
I'm going to keep walking towards it.
Okay, and you get there, and you go into this space, and you can see on the ground in this area, you can see this There's lots of deposits of that. You know that ore you saw in the mine cart? There's a lot of it around here on the ground. There were 2 dead
Do I know
elves.
what that all was used for?
You know it was Whitestone.
Whitestone, right? Okay.
There were 2 dead elves. Their hands around each other's throats.
I was going to call the others over and say it's safe to come in. There's a lot of this Whitestone here.
Vroom. Vroom.
Well, as soon as you heard the word Whitestone.
Zing. There's just a very faint hum as Lewin scooters. It's like the Jetsons.
So this Dalek comes in. It's Davros.
Theirs will be your natural enemy.
So you're all in this space. You can see there's still a subtle golden green glow around the statue, but it's not irradiating. You don't know how long it's going to stay repressed for, Lewin.
I want to quickly just check these 2 dead elves, if they like what's on their persons.
They well, you can check them out. They're wearing quite nice looking robes. You think probably of a monastic or archaic order. Make an investigation roll for me, please.
Yeah, 1 second. My sheet, ironically, has just closed itself. Investigation, yeah.
Yep.
I get a disadvantage on this. It's a 16.
Doesn't matter. You pat them down. They have 20 gold pieces on them. They each have a dagger, and there is you can see that they're both wearing earrings with a pearl in the earring, both in the right earlobe.
I will take the gold, and then I will also take the earrings off.
Okay, so the earrings, would be, you think probably to untrained eye, probably about 50 gold pieces worth of gold plus pearl. But they were both. They look very similar.
Now, I just sort of turn to Learn, and I guess Dak isn't here. It's just Learn and say, I think these are probably useful for you or Dak or someone. Pearls.
I will take them if you're offering.
Yeah, I'll just mention they were one on each person, so I think they have some sort of significance. Maybe you'd know more than I would.
They're not pearl earrings, are they?
They are pearl earrings, yeah.
Brick, put this one in your left ear, and I'm going to put this one in my right ear. And
okay.
see if anything happens.
Fusion.
No.
So he puts it in his left ear.
You put the actual earring in your left ear.
Well, not in the ear, but I mean, put as in wear it.
You're gonna wear it. Well, you probably can take. You probably have a piercing, so you can do that.
I do. Yeah.
You put that in. Okay, Lewin, you don't have any. You wouldn't have any pierced ears.
No, I don't. So Lewin is actually just watching Brick to see if he'd actually do it and see if anything happens.
Lewin,
just looks back and shrugs.
Brick, you don't notice anything.
Okay, brilliant. Then what Lewin want to do is, if he can he just take the pearl earrings, and he's just going to hover them over with his mage hand, and he'll pocket them for the time being.
Okay. Both in your pocket, yep, nice.
I'll just make a note of that. Pearl earrings.
Pearl earrings, 50 times 2, from the Golden Elf Cave.
You got it.
So the rest of you are there. So you're standing there. There's a statue there. Now you look at it. It's about 7 feet tall. It's golden. You can't tell if it's pure gold or it's just gold plate. Your hand managed to move it, so it can't be. It's unlikely to be pure metal all the way through.
The figure portrayed in the statue. Do I know who this is?
Make a history roll for me, please. Actually, no. Make a Do you have Arcana? Do you have religion?
I have Arcana, I have religion, and I have history.
Okay, so that roll covers all three. So no, you don't.
No, fair enough.
Yep. No, you don't know who it is. But it's a very, very beautiful female elf.
Can I start investigating this residuum as well? Just
There is no
see-
residuum. There is a white stone. There is not residuum.
Apologies.
Residuum is processed white stone. But there is a lot of it in this room.
Would it be possible to gather up a, let's say, a kilogram's worth?
She can easily. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Or however much I reckon would be a useful amount of white stone for potential.
You don't know.
refinement.
You've never dealt with it before.
That's fine.
You've never dealt with it before. So
Let's
you
say 5 kgs.
can say 5 kilograms of white stone. Okay. You can
Perfect.
put that in your pack.
Right. Right, Brick. You're a big, strong chap. Do you think you could carry this statue?
I don't see why not. And I will proceed to walk over to it, and I will try and pick the statue up.
Okay. Make a strength roll for me, please.
Yep. Do I get disadvantage on these, just to check? These aren't ability checks, so to speak.
This is just a strength roll, not a strength save, just a strength roll. So
Yeah, no, it's fine.
15. Okay, so no, you can't. You can shift it slightly. You think possibly you may need help from other people to carry it.
Okay.
It will still be heavy though. You have to have regular
Alright.
stops.
Yep.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
He didn't cotton on.
No, he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
To you then.
Okay,
No
so
one-
between
oh.
you can tip the statue over because you've got a massive strength score between you, and you can struggle. It's probably in the region of about £1,000 of weight, so about 400 kilos. So you could carry it, but it's a real struggle, and you'll have to stop every few yards to do that.
There might be a better way of doing this.
I can help one of you out if you need it.
Well, you think about it. I'm just going to go for a wee and get another beer.
I have the spell Skill Empowerment, which can give one of you expertise in athletics.
I already have thingy in that, not expertise, but proficiency. So, Forrest, I assume you have athletics as well, right?
Yeah.
What? What is your score? Sorry.
That would give you a plus 12.
Yeah, I'm on a plus 12 in athletics already.
Yeah.
Are you on the same?
Yeah.
Okay, just whoever you want to flavor text it. To be fair.
What does expertise do? Does it double your proficiency?
It doubles your proficiency.
So either one of us will go up to 15 then.
Yes. Although actually, the skill empowerment scale, I should check that.
Wait, hang on. It goes up. So expertise does what? Just remind me.
It doubles your proficiency bonus.
Oh, so doubles proficiency. So that's a 12. So we get 12 and so it'll be 20. No, sorry. I can't do maths today.
So
It'd be
your strength score plus 12.
18. It'd be an 18.
Yes.
We'd have an 18 in athletics. Ooh.
What about
Spicy.
if Dak was to wild shape into something? Would that help?
That would also be very helpful, because then I wouldn't have to use my fifth.
You muted
Feel free
Dak.
to give it to whoever you want. I'm going to quickly nip to the little boy's room as well.
Sorry, I had a sneezing fit earlier and I forgot to unmute myself. Yeah, let me see what I've got that's nice and strong.
Right, have you got your plan?
We're waiting for Brick to get back from the boys' room.
Okay.
But we do think that Dak may have an interesting helping here.
Okay. So, I need you all to make again for me wisdom saving throws. Apart from Lewin and apart from JC.
Oh, Boris feeling wise right now.
I will roll for Brick as he's.
So, Iskip, you start to slip, but you slap yourself in the face.
Oh, Brick! That is unfortunate.
Okay.
No, you can roll. Sorry, I just got back. Roll me again. I'll use an Indomitable for that.
Okay.
I'm not touching the sheet. I'm not touching the sheet anymore.
God damn it! Did you take one off the Indomitable for me, or do I need to do that?
You need to do that yourself.
Okay,
yeah, no
so
worries.
Brick just drops the thing, the statue, and it just goes running down this down this way. Boris, could you just roll, make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Certainly can.
Not a problem. You managed to move your toe and your tentacle out of the way.
Oh, thank God for that.
And there's a great big clunk as this thing falls on the floor. But then Brick gets his wits back and can return.
So the best I got for you is an elephant with a +6 to strength.
Surely an elephant's stronger than that.
No, that's the strongest.
So remember, an elephant's size is large, which means
It's
that
huge beast apparently.
it is huge, which means that you're picking up a large, I'm assuming large object, which means that for carrying, pulling, and pushing, all of your scores are doubled.
Brick, could you make another wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yep. So it was going to be halfway through a sentence to Boris saying, "Boris, look on the price side. It means you're as strong as an elephant." And then wisdom saving throw.
Not a problem.
20.
You shake it off.
I meant, think of it. If you're as strong as an elephant and you're only like a tenth of the size, that's pretty good going.
Oh, I'm a Borifant.
I mean, so yeah, elephant's on the table. From the way we came into this, do I think that an elephant is likely to be able to walk its way back out again?
There were some tight spaces you got through. I mean, as your size, it wasn't a problem, but you probably struggle with an elephant to get through all of that.
Oh, I really wish I knew enlarge reduce.
Oh, I've got a potion for that.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
Boris pulls out a potion of growth.
I mean, if we wanted a bigger elephant, that's fine.
Well, no, I can get bigger.
And Boris
or
can
smaller.
ride it like he's riding a little pony.
See, if I get bigger, I think with biggerness comes more carriness.
True, but then that would make you huge. No, make you large, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you might actually be able to get through the tunnels back the way we came.
Yes.
I hate to admit it, but I genuinely don't think I can carry it today. Something's just not right anytime I touch that statue.
Brick, come to me, come. And he's gonna. Where are you, Brick? You've disappeared off my map.
I don't know. My token's gone.
He's down here.
Oh, there he is.
You're over here.
Back. I come
So,
back.
what are the rest of you doing? Iskip, Dak, and JC. You're just standing there.
Well, we're discussing moving, so Dak's joining in with the discussion.
Yep.
So I will go further down.
From a distance.
Yeah, I'll be further down.
Iskip whimpered that he's also pretty darn strong, but no one listened to him, so he's just going to stand over here at the back. And no one heard it.
I'm just going to be relaxing because I'm bloody tired at the moment at the point of exhaustion. I ain't doing any heavy lifting.
There you go, Iskip. Carry JC.
Okay, that's a bit of a weird request, but Will do.
Hey, you want to be strong, he wants to be carried. That's Boris logic.
I'll do that thing where I'm a fat cat.
I think the arms have gone down now. So you don't have the arms up. So you actually,
this is just my normal strength as is.
basically you've got like a wiry person, and with your stick arms, you try and pick up Fat Cat, and you manage to pick him up, but then you fall backwards, and you're lying on the ground, and the cat is sitting on top of you.
Yeah.
I'm
putting all my weight
I'm
through one of
stronger
my
than an
balls.
elephant. Sorry, Jason, what did you say?
I am a big cat. I'm putting all my weight through like one paw, like they do, you know.
Freddy pokes out his little head and just licks your face.
JC starts kneading your chest.
Yeah.
I'm fine
Claws
with
out
it.
and everything.
JC, actually, Lewin's Iskip's quite comfortable. He's lying flat with you on top of him.
Yep. I'll curl into a ball.
You get some screeches behind the ear whilst no one else is here.
I'll be purring quite loudly.
Freddy starts to get a bit jealous.
I start stroking Freddy too.
Okay.
Good job we don't have any more pets. You haven't got enough hands.
I got my feet. I can then grow more arms.
Okay, so back to business. The statue. What we doing?
Brick. You need to believe in yourself. Now, I have many abilities. I can cast many spells. I'm perhaps one of the most powerful beings in existence, but I cannot lift that statue. But you know who can lift this statue?
Boris.
You can. And as he does that, Lewin's just going to tap the top of Brick's forehead, and with his inspiring words, "Brick, you've got skill empowerment. For the next hour, you have expertise in athletics."
Wonderful.
Okay.
So that's double the proficiency bonus, yeah.
Yeah. Could you please make a wild magic surge roll for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Oh.
You feel a sudden in your in the pouch by your side,
Oh shit!
things you stagger slightly, but then that's fine. You not quite sure what that was. Lewin, you can see that.
Oh shit!
What's happened?
I'm gimped. So you reach into your component pouch for your and you reach in and you just you bring your hand out and you just see this sprinkle of diamond dust between your fingers.
Is it joining the rest of my diamond dust?
You can do if you wish.
I guess I'll just leave it for the time being. As oh my god, that's like a third of my spells I can't cast now.
What do you need?
I will tell you because you need to know this now because you I've actually talked to one of your colleagues about this. Your soul cage was broken. You fell on it when you fell in the water some time ago, and it broke because I rolled a dice and it broke. So that is actually worthless. So that doesn't give you any diamond dust, but everything else does.
Awesome. I don't suppose anyone else has a carved dragon statue worth 500 gold pieces by any chance?
No, but you do have 500 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Yes. Shit.
That's really bad news, that isn't it?
I'm fresh out, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's kind of get me. Uh-oh.
Can anyone carve a dragon statue?
Not worth 500 gold pieces. That was a commission piece Lewin got before he joined the party.
You can just put an IOU to me and I can carve you a dragon statue out of wood.
Yeah, I mean, the art is just very sort of
I will give
subjective.
Brick
I will charge
500
you
gold
500 gold for a carved dragon statue if you can provide me the wood.
It depends how the universe feels on that. on that ruling.
We are the Wafflehouse. The universe will do as it's told.
Look, we are the Wafflehouse.
You have invented
Which means
Bitcoin.
If a Waffle House member carves a statue, surely it's got to be worth something.
So, Lewin, you suddenly feel that you are not going to be as useful as you were before.
That's an understatement. Oh, shit. Well, good news, Brick. You feel strong as shit today.
Have you ever heard of NFTs?
As Lewin does a 360 and walks away. Oh, sorry, hovers away.
Hovers away.
This is the second most traumatic thing which has happened to him today.
It's gonna have to be whenever you're saying about your moving, we need to play the Jetsons the sound.
Am I drinking my potion to get super big?
Sure.
I'm only thinking, right? If you're an elephant, and Brick is now like the strength of 1,000 men, and I'm super big, if any one of us suddenly decides to go running off in a random direction, at least the other two can carry on carrying this thing.
I mean, was you planning to run off in a direction?
Everyone keeps doing it. I'm assuming we all will at some point.
We're just prone to scatter. I'm perfectly willing to turn into an elephant and help out, but I think it's going to be of limited utility once we get into the narrower parts of the cave. But,
okay, if you can't elephant up, then I might as well grow.
Okay.
I'm going to down a potion.
You're gonna take the potion of growth, yeah?
Yep, and I'm gonna Mario up with a bloop 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 bloop.
And there's lots of mushrooms around as well you can try.
That's true.
Okay, so you feel everything start to bulge in strange places. First bit that view enlarges is, of course, your nipples.
Of course.
And slightly concerningly, the last bit that view enlarges is somewhere else.
You do have enlarged use.
It should be the... Go on.
No, it doesn't matter. I didn't have it prepared today.
I was going to say, what it should be is that the first part is one nipple, the last part is then the other nipple.
So you're a bit like Popeye, and you everything bursts, and you're now twice the size as you were. Everybody, Boris, this potion hasn't worked, but everybody else has got, well, not the way you thought it was. Everybody else has got smaller apart from you.
Ha! Tiny creatures.
Oh god, he's gone mad with power.
And this statue is next to you.
All right, let's go.
And actually, you can pick it up without too much problem on your own.
Oh, I'm just doing it on my own, am I?
Yeah, it does tingle a little bit. You're now the size of a draft horse.
Oh, damn.
I mean, it's still quite heavy, but you can carry it.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I can try and help as well.
Oh, you can try.
I've been strengthened.
Yeah, weirdly enough, draft horse not that strong.
Well, don't forget, it's a large size, so it is. It can carry more than twice as what you'd expect it to be able to carry.
Still there.
So Brick, so you're going to have to take, because of the laws of science, you're going to have to take half the weight, and you're going to struggle to do that because you're just taking about 500 pounds worth of weight on top of everything else you're carrying.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's just Boris then.
But Brick's just cuddling the statue's feet, aren't even touching.
I mean, you can help. You can help him a bit, so it'll make it easier for Boris.
I mean, yeah, more like just guiding him. Like if I'm not so much permanently holding it. But if there's points where he's just going to walk straight into a wall, I'll try and push him with my strength to rotate a bit.
But as this large Boris is slightly scary to look at, and you realise when you stand underneath him, you can look right up his nose.
I'm a bit more worried about his loincloth, to be honest.
Oh, it does.
I don't really want to see that part of Boris.
It's the size of your arm.
Well, he actually don't forget he's not wearing his kilt at the moment. He's actually wearing his traveller's clothes because his kilt got demolished by the acid some while ago. So you can start to move if you wish.
Oh, definitely. This is like, is it the gingerbread man in Shrek when he gets supersized?
Yeah.
So Boris, you can actually move the statue as well. I think you'll find.
Sorry, DM, I've got one other question for you,
Yep.
because I've taken this for granted, but that may not be true. My Staff of Ice is my arcane focus. What happens to it?
That's still an arcane focus.
Fine.
Not a problem.
It's still there. Fine.
Yep.
Okay, I do not currently have control over the statue.
Don't you? Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I will put, if we put onto Boris a yellow dot, that will just show he's carrying the statue, yep.
Sure.
Why is that not working? There we go. You are now carrying the statue. Okay. So the rest of you see Boris sort of struggling with huge arms wrapped around this gold thing. And he's waddling forward, but he is carrying it. It's making a big thumping sound as his feet hit the ground.
Thump, thump, thump.
Cool.
Just before we leave, do we want to just scout out the rest of the rooms that are further on from the statue? Hey, JC, wake up.
You got some
JC.
thieving to do.
You're just gonna get one of those really big yawns.
Hey, JC, I'll give you a treat if you go and check out those rooms a bit further down south.
I have to.
Yeah.
I.
Forest by.
Okay.
I assume you mean the ones down here.
Oh yeah. Like in a typical game, all the good stuff's right at the very back. And,
Lewin, with a potion like this, you've got 1 to 4 hours of growth.
Cool.
I will head down and have a quick scout around.
Okay.
I am keeping my concentration on Brick.
Okay.
Me and Boris will just continue onwards while you guys do what you need to.
So Boris, you're going to be walking at half speed, Boris, because of this thing you're carrying.
Yeah,
You are
however
encumbered.
you want to do that.
You
but
are
Boris-
encumbered, and
Boris is going.
and it's actually quite a squeeze to get through these some of these passageways. So JC has gone off. Brick, what are you doing?
Splitting the path.
As I'm going to be guiding Boris, so basically just be a bit of Chuckle Brothers to me to you.
Okay.
And he's getting around tight corners, etc.
Skip.
I'll be waiting around for JC, kind of at the lip of this area.
Okay. And Lewin.
Lewin is hovering behind in his fancy chair, giving advice. No, left a bit. No, my left.
So who's leading the party?
Dax at the front reading the directions backwards to take us back.
Okay. Make an intelligence roll for me, please.
There it is. 8.
Okay. You think you've got it?
Oh yeah, we are definitely getting lost. No
Okay.
problem at all.
So JC, are you going to make a long study or just a quick study of these rooms, these chambers?
Just a quickish one, because obviously they're all starting to wander off, so it'll only be like a quick scout round, and then I'll go
Okay.
and join them. So.
All right. Well, you see nothing of import. There are crystals there. There were lumps of ore on the ground, but you see little else that catches your attention with a quick survey.
I might grab one of the big crystals that I see, but other than that, I'll wander back.
Okay. And you appraise it, and you think it's a large crystal. It's about about 2 pounds size crystal, and you think probably if you find the right buyer, you could probably flog it for about 30 gold pieces, but most people you'd get 15 for it.
15 to 30, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll pocket that, and then I'll go back and join them.
Okay, so you go back and join. Skip is there, and so that is the marching order. Yep. Okay, so you go forward. Dak, can you just make a perception roll for me, please?
Certainly. Perception. 10.
Okay, that's fine. So you keep moving forward, and everybody follows you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If Dak's going in the wrong direction, unless Boris is otherwise engaged, he does have his like Outlander very good
You
sense of
you
direction.
are huffing and puffing, carrying this glowing yellow statue in front of you, so you're not really doing that much. Bricky is trying to help you, and Lewin is concentrating on the spell.
Everyone else seeing this?
Skip. So you get there and you see to the north, with your high passive perception, as do you, JC, the Wafflehouse are walking past, and to the north you see a giant blue frog creature just looking at you. It's not doing anything. It's just looking you, eyeing you with strange dark eyes.
If only there was 3 of them, because then we could have had the Budweiser.
Just passing through.
And Dak, you can see now to south of you, there's another one. It's not making any moves. It's just looking at you.
Okay, we have successfully navigated a trap.
Okay, and you you go through into the corridor here.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to go? Are you stealthing? Are you going fast? Going slow? What are you doing?
Well, I think we're forced to half movement anyway. So I guess we're
so you're not going to stealth because then you'd be halving again. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. We're just moving carefully, not necessarily stealthily.
Okay, so you're moving at half speed. So you follow the you follow the reverse course of the map. Yep.
Yeah.
Copy.
In fairness, if I saw Boris's massive nipples, I wouldn't want to engage either.
Yeah, I mean that will do that.
And it starts to get warmer ahead. So you follow the path and you try and reverse navigate. It gets warmer, and ahead of you see a glow, like a reddy orange glow, and it starts to get. You see this blast of heat hitting you. You don't remember that from before.
I think we went the wrong way.
And you come out into a large chamber.
We definitely went the wrong way.
Oh, I remember this level in Lego Rock Raiders.
And you come into this large open chamber, and the heat is intense, and you can see bubbling lava in front of you. It's plopping away. There is a lava waterfall to your west. You can see there is a rudimentary corridor across a passageway to a cave on the other side, which leads further into the darkness. But the thing that catches your eye, you see these 3 creatures, 2 on the ground, on the land, and 1 in the lava. And I'll show you a picture of what they look like. So these are creatures which look a little bit almost like a... Oops. What is that doing? Why is that trying to get rid of that? Almost a little bit, Dak, as you're in the front, like a creature you've seen before called a boulette. But it is... so it's got flames licking at it. And if you look in the... Did that work?
Not for...
Oh. Oh. Why did that just crash? Sorry, I just crashed.
My page.
I just crashed it. I don't know what happened there.
What happened for me is I clicked on the image and it took me to a different page and took me off of this page.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't know what I'll try it again. Copy.
I can only hear you, DM. I don't know about the others.
Hello.
Oh,
I can hear you.
What is
Yep, hear me
Lewin
now.
casting?
It doesn't matter.
There we go. We have lost Brick as well. Oh, he's back. So in the chat, I don't know what. Sorry, don't know. I think I must have pressed the wrong button there. Sorry, it's my fault. So this is, you can see these creatures. They're about 12 feet long, and one of them, the one in the lava here, in the middle, throws a rock at this one here. Bosh. And it lands, and then goes straight back to him. And this one then gallivants to here, and he throws the rock at this one here, and goes straight back to him. They haven't seen you yet. They are playing.
Let's turn around and try.
Yeah.
Let's do it all again, but right this time.
You realise you have taken a wrong turn, and you could be anywhere now.
Okay.
All right. Well, it looks like if we just invert what we're doing here.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea. I have an idea.
So yeah, go on. You first.
Let's get out of this space first, and then I'll tell you my idea.
All right, JC, lead the way.
I also have an idea. Who has? Did anyone pick up Ragash's sword?
Yep, I've got it. That's it. You're on the same wavelength that I am.
Oh, good.
I was going to say, is there anything that sanctuary?
So we're
that
getting
I
out
would
of
know
here
well enough
then,
that
right?
I might be able to cast locate object on.
Right.
Yeah. Let's leave here first. Come on.
And then this, you can see this bullet creature jumps on the other one, and you can see them splashing around in the lava.
Oh, they're playing.
They're playing. Those of you, Dak, you with your nature skills, you realise these look like youngsters playing.
Bigger ones here.
And then
probably.
this one, it throws the rock at this one here, which bonks it on the head. And this one mules slightly, and then the rock goes straight back to it. It's almost like a boomerang. It goes boop, and then goes straight back to the one that threw it. Lewin, that's not natural. Rocks don't do that normally.
I'm glad to know. They're very cute, though.
Oh, they are very cute.
You want to drive a 500 kilogram bomb on him?
I mean, yes, but solely so I can dissect them and then recreate them in a safe location.
Oh, sure.
You know, note to self: speak with Dak afterwards to create functional bullet farm. But we've got more pressing matters right now, so
Yeah.
I will let our intrepid leaders take over.
I mean, if they look preoccupied, maybe we could just sneak around them.
They're playing.
Why would we though? Because this is the wrong direction.
I know, but the thing is, now we're lost. If we try and go back, we're just gonna be lost in a different direction.
No, a direction we already know.
Well, that's assuming we can find out where we get back to where we know where we were.
Retrace the steps.
Yeah.
Or go in a completely random direction. This is Boris talking.
I mean, the thing is I thought we were going the right way, and it turns out it wasn't. So now I have no idea where we are,
Well,
and I don't know how to get back to where we were.
So they're gallivanting around and playing.
Me and Lewin probably have the same idea, Dak. If we just get out of sight of these creatures somewhere a bit safer, then we can work it out.
Okay. Backtrack slightly then.
what the hell didn't you listen to me for?
Well, because you're better at killing things than you are avoiding them.
Better at killing things than thinking about anything.
DM, it's pretty hot in here with all this lava, I imagine.
It is very hot. Yep.
How's this big, heavy, assumingly metal object feeling?
What are you doing to me?
Well, are you going to touch it?
I assume because it's quite big,
Okay,
it will take a
now,
while. To
right,
heat up.
now you're all in this room. Could you all make wisdom saving throws for me, please?
I tried so hard. This is your
Yep.
fault.
Prime waffling, gentlemen.
Yeah, there we go. Mission achieved.
JC and Lewin don't need to do this.
Hooray!
Oh, you're very good. Okay.
I definitely think we should at least get out of this room like now, rather than in a minute, before it gets a bit too warm.
This one here stops and looks in your direction at this golden statue.
We've been made.
Go.
It squeals a bit. And at the back here,
Oh shit.
something rises out of the lava.
Oh shit.
Who would have
Jack,
thought?
this is your expertise. Can you wail back at them, please?
Not today. I didn't bring that with me.
Well, make something up.
Isn't
Isn't it one foot in front of the other in the reverse direction we came from? In other words,
So, something jumps out of the lava, shoots into the air, and lands here. Shakes itself down, and you can see splats of lava fly off it. And you can see the smaller ones, which are still large. This is a huge creature. Stand behind it. One of them walks away, but the ball leaves the ball, but the ball just goes and it just follows him around.
on the off chance they speak ignorant, I could try turning it into a fire elemental. That might work.
Oh, question. I don't know how to draw it on, but this bit here, is that literally 20 foot wide in the corridor?
That is 20 foot wide, yeah.
How high is the ceiling?
There is about 30 feet high, and in this cavern area, the ceiling goes up beyond vision, so you can't see.
Cool. Why don't we all run back behind that bit, and I can cast major image of a rockfall that blocks the corridor. 20 foot.
All right, then. So what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
What JC just said. Go.
Oh, can I not hear? I can't hear JC.
Yeah. So basically, if this works, it's going to go there.
Can people hear Boris?
I can hear Boris.
I can't.
Boris, you might have to refresh.
Yep, doing it.
Okay. Sorry, he's just going to refresh.
Boris couldn't hear the plan, JC, but I think he's on board.
Yes.
Yeah. Flee with an extra flee!
Okay, so you...
Can you hear me now, boys? Get behind
I missed all of it.
You have. So we are sacrificing Boris to the magma bullets. Magma. So you go there. Okay, JC, can you cast? You cast major image. Yep. There's a rock slide.
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do now?
Could you do wild magic surge roll for me, please?
It's going to turn into a waterfall, isn't it?
Oh,
that's quite cool.
so you feel almost a slight vibration as you do that. And you can read what you can do then. Yep.
Yes. With that car, you know when you get these sort of, I'm going to try and keep it a bit vague. You know when you get these sort of abilities, it includes the whole sort of carrying, holding, all that lot.
Unless it says otherwise, yeah, basically, yeah.
Cool.
So this creature comes.
Exactly what I'm going to do.
So this creature comes here and just yells and screams. You can see this huge maw. And the inside it, you can just see lava. This is something looks like from the elemental plane of fire, and it just screams at you. But the rockfall deceives it, and you can escape and run away.
I will help, but I am going to hold the statue as best I can. I know I can't lift it or anything, and then I'm going to use that ability and go back where we came by 20 feet.
Well, you're not actually holding it because you are just touching it, so that doesn't count.
I'll try and lift a little bit.
It doesn't work, unfortunately. And the rest of you see JC just disappear and reappear about 6 meters, 6 meters away, and you can about course. So, Dak, you have got everybody lost.
Yep. Does someone else want to navigate that knows where they're going?
Oh, I think
But
me and
have
Lewin
to.
might have the same idea, and basically, well, I've got the sword, so Lewin's probably going to go about a different way. But I used to be able to use this to try and find where Ragesh was. Remember?
Ah. Although,
Whether it still will work if I really try.
was that flavor text for find person?
It was. Oh God, I've taken off my bloody character sheet. No, wasn't it
Because
locate?
now it'd have to be locate object technically for Ragesh.
No, because Marius is technically still alive, but the thing we've
Oh,
got
for Marius,
is
yes.
the anti-magic field may interfere with that.
And I could track anyone.
Oh, I thought it was limited to Ragesh for some reason.
No, I always used it for that, but most of the time I did try. I think once or twice it was for one of you guys when I got lost. I had to use it to find you guys.
Well,
Very long time ago.
yeah, so potentially for Marius then that might work, but yeah, magic field, who knows?
Okay, well, I mean, it's worth a chance. Was that what you were thinking, Learn?
Basically.
Okay, well, it's worth a go, and I'll put the sword to my forehead, and I'll focus on it, and I'll try. And
Okay, so you need to be attuned to it to do that.
Do I?
Yeah, and you're not attuned to it.
I try anyway, but nothing happens.
And Rick, you're starting to get frustrated. I would have thought.
JC's just having the time of his life.
So he's just basically you're apparating and disapparating all over the place. JC is just appearing and disappearing everywhere you're looking.
Yeah, he's never had this much fun because he's never had this ability. So he's just doing it, and after a minute, mid-air, he'll just plummet onto the floor when it's finishing.
So you get back into a corridor. You back off. Let's see if I can get everybody here. And you realise you are lost.
Can we retrace our steps?
Do you have clairvoyance or find the path or anything, Dak?
No.
Potentially, I'm just wondering, can I retrace us at least to where we believe we took the wrong turn?
Well, I think you were helping Boris carry the statue, so you weren't really paying that much attention.
See, if I'd paid attention to any of the unique bits we squeezed through.
The problem was I was reading the list backwards, but I forgot to turn rights into lefts, so and vice versa. So we just took exactly the same directions as what it said, but in reverse. So now we're somewhere else.
Once my fun has finished and I am now incredibly bored, would my survival skills be able to help? Obviously, we're carrying something heavy, so we're going to be leaving some form of footprints. Would tracking as a survival skill help?
I mean, Boris is pretty big, carrying something
and he's
very
carrying
heavy.
a very heavy weight. He would leave some.
Yeah, it's scuff your feet and stuff like
And
that.
he's stupid.
You could try and make a. I'll get rid of that. You could try and make a survival roll for me, please. But this is disadvantage because you're really not used to being underground. 13.
It would be minimum 17 because of that.
Well, I'm going to give you, because I'm going to give you but double disadvantage because you got exhaustion as well.
Can this help with the role at all? Because I vaguely recognise this place as the place we met Lady Fenrir.
No, this is just a generic. This is just generic corridor.
Damn it. Okay.
Sorry, generic corridor. Look, I'm good, but not that good. I can't map out sort of 100 square miles underground.
DM,
Yep.
I see a token at the bottom. I probably shouldn't be.
No, he's not there. None of this. We've been on this map before. I've just repurposed it because you're back here.
Cool.
Yep. So it's just so you had a place to be. Just sit.
Yeah, outside of my skill terrain, fellas, this is really more of a druid ranger sort of thing.
And it's very
Where do we
dark.
go,
It's actually very dark as well. You're probably going to need some light up to help some of the people. There was a slight glow coming from this statue, but not very much.
As I say, I will
green?
distribute out lights to everyone
Okay.
who needs it.
Okay, so if I...
Question, is this light coming from the statue green?
there's a slight greeny gold colour to it, yeah.
I really would like to keep an eye on that, how bright the green is getting, as if it's sort of recharging.
Okay.
So I will be keeping an eye on it over time.
Could you make a carnival for me, please?
15.
It has got a little bit brighter since it first dissipated, yeah.
Cool. I'm going to keep an eye. I'm not going to say anything just yet, but I am going to keep an eye on it.
Okay,
If
fair enough.
I notice it gets much brighter, that's when I'll tell everyone.
Okay. So you're a bit lost at the moment.
Anyone got any ideas?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
I love Boris.
as you know, I'm quite the thinker.
yeah.
So I say, because this only lasts so long, that we just move quickly whichever way we go.
That is a phenomenal idea, Boris.
Yes.
That is a idea
What?
of pure genius.
Do you
I
remember
thought
which
so.
lefts and rights you took, Dak?
Yeah, so basically I read the list backwards, but I just took them as right is right. I
So,
didn't change a right to a left, so I got
Let's
us all mixed up.
reverse. So let's just reverse what you've done.
So,
So now we have to
JC's
read
tried
it.
to do that and he's not managed to work it out.
Oh, we're lost.
Lewin, you feel this strange feeling in your arm. Almost like
I look at my arm.
you look at your arm and you can see just on the edge of your sleeve, you can just see the end of a silver tail.
Oh, hello, Freddy. Do you want to come sit on me rather than walking?
And
Wait a sec.
you got a V-neck top, and out the front of that, a head just comes up and just looks at you.
Oh,
And belches masticated mushroom into your face.
oh, it's gone right up my nose.
You'll be smelling that for a week.
Lewin's just doing little
Your monocle
sophisticated
has
fuses.
steamed up.
Wait a sec, Freddy. Dear one, I'll give him a scratch underneath the chin. Freddy, you're a dragon, and you're made of silver, which comes from the earth. Do you know where we should go?
This feels like we're asking a toddler for directions in a city.
Hey, probably more reliable than most of the people in the bird.
Yeah, I mean, this is true.
Does Freddy say anything back to me?
Food.
He looks at Iskip.
Go ahead. Answer him.
And he puts his nose to the ground. And he starts to sniff, and he sniffs the track, and he looks up at Iskip.
Yes. What are you thinking, buddy? This way. You wanna go that way?
And it does like a pointer. He's sort of 2 legs, tail back behind him straight, sort of head pointed forward.
Oh, aren't you amazing? And I'll flick him the treat I was going to give to JC, but I'll give to him instead, which is another mushroom.
Wait.
Okay, and he jumps in the air and snaps it out of the air, and you can see little wings. He actually takes a little bit of time for him to get to the ground because little wings come out, and he flaps them very hard, and he sort of he mistimes his fall, and he lands on the floor in a bit of a heap.
Oh, I just want to wrap him up in a sling.
But
Lead the way, little buddy.
okay. And he looks back quizzically.
I will be hunched over him like on all fours.
So you were in the
Like a
front.
jack of
Okay. So he follows the smell trail, the scent trail. and he can lead you, and he leads you. He seems to be going in a rather strange direction. But JC, after about 20 minutes, if you let him lead,
Yep.
lead you anywhere. He basically, after about 20 minutes, you get to an area where you recognise.
Good recognise or bad recognise?
You recognise, and after a period of time, you see a glow in front of you. Let's just get everybody on here. Sorry, I did that badly. So Freddy's at the front.
With the Iskip over the top of him like a turtle shell.
And Iskip and Freddy leads you to an open cave, and you find yourself looking at the unmoving, quiet remnants of Sanctuary. The torches have now gutted out and gone out.
Question, DM.
Yep.
Do I know anything about things which are safe for... He's a gem dragon, isn't he, Freddy?
No, he's a Mercury dragon.
And
Mercury dragon.
You've known in some of the ancient texts from the Age of Arcanum that some people have mentioned Mercury dragons who are chaotic beasts.
Well, he is a dragon, so I'm going to bend over to little Freddy, and I'm going to give him the 2 pearl earrings and say, "Here you go, Freddy. It's the start of your own little pile."
He looks at you quizzically. He looks at Iskip quizzically.
I think it's a bit early for that, Lewin. I appreciate sentiment.
Well, here you go, Yiskip. You can have the pearl earrings, and it's the start of his own horde.
And Freddy looks at you, Iskip, and there's pleading in his eyes.
Freddy, when you're a little bit older, we'll have a discussion about hordes of your
Could you make a dexterity roll for me, please?
Certainly.
Needs treasure that's child for size friendly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Why does this keep crashing? He snatches one of the pearls out of your hand and swallows it.
Ooh.
Now, Freddy, what have I told you about snatching?
And he belches in your face.
Freddy, look at me in my eyes. What made you want to snatch? Talk me through your actions.
And he feels like he's being told off, so his little wings sort of droop down, and his head goes down.
No, Freddy, it's fine to snatch. I just want to understand why you wanted to snatch. If you could use your words with me, please, or to the best of your ability. Let's have a discussion.
Hungry, food.
More food. Okay, Lewin, do you have any more food on you? Because I don't think the mushrooms are cutting it out.
Lewin is going to reach and just pull a handful of significant diamond dust.
Okay. And you put it out, and Freddy eats it, and all you hear, rest of you go here, dum dum dum. Iskip, you hear, yuck.
Lewin, I think that's the equivalent of feeding a toddler vegetables.
That's 200 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Oh, nice!
Oh, blimey. I thought Boris was expensive to feed.
I mean, the good news is I only have 4,800 gold pieces of diamond dust left.
Okay.
If JC overhears that, it will be you had.
Okay, now you're here. Can you all make wisdom saving throws for me, please?
Yeah.
God, Marius needs to die,
JC
man.
and Lewin.
Back to form.
I'm amazed I haven't failed.
Okay, Boris.
Yes.
This hasn't worked at all. this confusion spell on you, but let's hope it does something this time. No, you just stop. You just stop there, and as you stop there carrying it, you find you get smaller again.
Blip, 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 blip. Shit.
And this thing just lands as you're holding it. It just lands on top of you, and it's you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing's lying on top of you. Suddenly, everybody's got very big.
Okay. So everyone, could you give us a hand here, big people?
Yeah, well, I'll try and help him. I'll try and leverage to.
Well, you can pry it off and say boys can get up.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Push with your
Well,
nipples.
to be honest, guys, this is only as far as we needed to really get it. If we can just bring Marius and Ragesh here.
Right, you are. And Boris goes to find them and bring them here.
So you go in there, okay?
Damn
So you
right.
get there, and you get in there, and you see Marius sitting. He's pulled a chair up next to his bed. On the bed there is the unmoving grey form of Ragesh. Around him you can see there are papers and books scrawled on the floor. There's a big red gem there as well. He seems to be asleep, unconscious. He's not moving either.
I want to go look at the red gem.
So you're going to leave the gold statue out here, yeah?
What's the worst that can happen?
Dak will stay with the statue.
Okay.
You know what? Lewin will stay with the statue as well.
I mean, Boris is orders to go and get Ragesh, so he's going in to get Ragesh.
Okay, Brick, what are you doing?
I'll be going in with him.
Yeah, I'd be going with Boris. Sorry, I'm having issues with the map. I keep crashing.
Yeah, mine's gone really slow all of a sudden.
If someone could move me to
Um,
to the centre.
I'll tell you what, I will switch off dynamic lighting then. That should make it easier. Okay. Skip? What are you doing?
I will stay with the statue too,
Mm-hmm.
because I have ominous feelings about Marius.
So you split the party. Okay. So so there's 3 of you in there. Brick, you see Ragesh there not moving. There's Marius. He's sitting on the chair which is pulled up next to the bed. He has put Ragesh on the bed and there's a blanket over her. It looks like he's cared for her. There is water dripping from the ceiling. Around him you can see these collection of papers and books, and there's a red gem, a large red gem, probably the size of a pomegranate, which is on the floor next to him. He is not moving. He's holding Ragesh's hand. He appears asleep.
I'm going to go have a look at these 2 gem, by the way.
The black ball, the black sphere is spinning fast, and nothing else moves in this place.
I will put my hand on Marius's shoulder and say his name.
You say his name, yeah? So he jumps. You're back. Did you get it?
Almost all the way here. It's just outside where we attempted to revive Ragesh earlier today.
You'll need to bring it in here. I have spent time trying to research this. I think I know what needs to be done.
Can I insight him whether this is a good thing or a bad thing?
You can see
I was about to say.
Yep.
Sorry, I was about to say, JC, you speak to Marius, get him comfortable, keep him okay. Me and Boris will go and bring the statue in. It's going to take us a few minutes, but I think we can do it if we're slow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll
Slow
get him a
steady.
chair.
And I'll
and-
run out.
Yeah. I'll give him a chair, but can I insight him with the way he said about he thinks he knows what needs to be done?
Okay, make an insight roll.
17.
Okay. He seems genuine. You can see in his eyes. He pulls the hood back, and you can see sort of almost a look of relief that you're here. You can see that his eyes are red. It appears he's been sobbing. The sprawled papers around him, the way it's sort of laid out, it looks like he has been sort of quickly, rapidly searching for things.
I will also ask him about the red gem. Is that needed?
It is potentially part of the ritual that we need. But when it is done, I will not need the gem.
If it's going to go free, then I'll give it a happy home. You can live with my other one.
That I see no reason why you cannot acquire this. Are you just there on your own now? Yep, with Marius.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have helped him get comfortable as well and stuff like that whilst we're talking, just so you know.
Thank you. You have bought the statue. Was it difficult?
It was a bit spicy, a bit green at one point.
It is the avatar of an ancient god.
I did get that impression, because normally statues are quite revered of heroes and the such.
This is the power from this statue that would help bring my huntress back. No matter what happens, please tell her that I do this out of love.
Of course.
Thank you.
And I'll do the little tip of the hat and the bow as a promise for that.
You are a very nice kitty. And he scratches you under the chin.
And I will start purring quite loudly.
Well, you don't actually, because it's actually quite unpleasant. Because his hand, you can see his hands are quite hot. You can see there's flames in his fingers,
and probably on a little bit of the red rudous rash.
Yeah. Is this why are you called the Cursed? This rash.
I can only assume so. I got it when I got this sword, and I'll show him Egwene. So far, it's not done any harm to me other than this, and I'll just gesture to the fur loss and the red pustules and.
The touch of plague I got from it, yeah.
Yeah.
I fear it would take much to reverse that. Be careful of the gifts from unseen agents, like your sword. Powerful magic is often two-edged.
On the note of unseen voice, I do keep getting offered gifts. Normally when I'm asleep, but it's all new to me over here. I always just take them as dreams.
Dreams are powerful. I find it is the way the gods can communicate through the arcane gate. Do you have religion skills or arcana skills?
No.
No. You don't know what that means.
I've got a +4, but they're not proficient or anything.
No, you don't know what that means then. And then you hear sort of cursing and mumbling as the rest of you can bring the statue in.
Bang, bang.
as a combination of you all bringing in and Lewin, of course, instructing you how to do that.
That's fine. As we pass through the field, Lewin has to sadly walk again, like a peasant.
Yep, like a peasant. The chair switches off.
Oh.
And as you go into the anti-magic field, there is a spark, and you see that the field goes down.
Oh, that's just rubbing salt in the wound.
And you bring it in. Wafflehouse, you have brought the statue of the elven warrior. Well done. I have researched this. Brick, are you willing to make the sacrifice a father should? The power of love to bring back the huntress.
I will do whatever I need to do.
I will also help. I will give my love for her to help bring her back. It is a ritual which cannot be disturbed. Are you sure? Is this something you wish to do?
I had a feeling it would come to this, but yes.
Love of her father for his daughter is precious. And you almost hear in the background the sound of children laughing. And there's you see, almost for the first time, you see a slight smile on Maris's face. I think...
Creepy smile or a happy smile?
It's hard to say because with your insight of 21, it looks like a smile of happiness and almost relief as well. I think my torment will be over. I think the huntress we can bring back.
You've done well, and for everything it's worth, thank you.
You, a true soul. You are the believer. Can everybody go on silent, please, apart from Brick?
Okie dokie.
Give us a message when you're ready for us to come back.
Yep. Everybody. Iskip's still here. Iskip, you need to go too.
I think it's Iskip and Lewin that aren't.
Okay.
It looks like.
Okay, so in your mind you hear, I can bring her back for you. You do not have to sacrifice yourself. All I ask is for you to believe in me and to follow me.
I don't know who you are.
That is what believing is about. If you wish your daughter to survive, you need to run retribution through the great deceiver who is Marius. He's not who he thinks he is. Sorry, he's not who he says he is. Run him through and join me.
Do you think I really don't know what to do in this scenario? Do you think it's best for me to roll some sort of?
No, you got no. That's a thump. That's not a roll thing. And you shake your head. and you have a momentarily, Brick, you have a blank look in your face. You shake your head, and everybody looks at you quizzically. You've been standing still for about 20 seconds, not moving.
Is it safe to come back?
You come back. Yep.
Hello.
You're back. So Brick just stands there, shakes his head. He looks like he's been sort of in a trance for about 20 seconds.
Well, Lewin's sitting arms crossed, but he is keeping an eye on Marius. He's keeping an eye on his hands to see if there's any sign of unexpected somatic components.
Okay. Hey, if you wish, we should start the ritual now.
I just want to quickly whisper something to the DM.
Yep.
How do I whisper in this?
Oh, we'll drop off again.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just let us know when to come back.
Alright, we're literally like 20 seconds. It's mostly just to let you know how I'm going to play this, just so in case we need to do anything. So I'm going to go ahead with ritual as it stands.
Yep.
But I will have retribution obviously by my side. If Marius acts, if something happens and one of them shouts at me, alerts me to something, that's when I'm going to stab him.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Is that okay? Just in case you think I'm completely committed to one, this is what I'm planning to do.
Whatever you do, you do. This is not a roll. This is what you do. You've been Brick for long enough to know what that means. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's what I want to do. Just in case I interrupt anything, that's what I'm doing it for.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Everybody comes back. So, let's lie the Huntress. Lie the Huntress in front of the orb.
We will do so.
And he tenderly moves with her and surrounds her with. He puts the bow next to her. He has woven some mushrooms into almost like a flower crown, and he puts them on her head. You can see he's cleared away a lot of the blood, but not all of it. I need you to lie next to her, your daughter.
And Brick will lie down next to her with the glaive to one side.
That's right. And the rest, someone, when I tell, will need to touch the gold statue to the black orb. Are you willing and able to do that, Wafflehouse?
Sounds like a Boris thing.
I think Boris is probably going to be the only one strong enough to move the statue to touch the orb on command, I think.
Brick, what's happening here, buddy? Fill us in.
Watch you do that. I'm just going to go for a wee watch you do that.
I have had a horrible feeling ever since seeing, in fact, the only person here I probably remember would be Dak. Seeing what Fabius had to do, and I had a feeling it was going to come to this.
Who?
It was...
Path reincarnation.
Pompous name.
I must admit, it's nagging me in the back of my head. He's being too genuine. But I can't fault it. But he's a nice guy.
Are you
just
Brick?
I will do whatever I need to do to bring her back, because I am not going to live in a world without her.
But we have probably one of the most powerful, two of the most powerful spellcasters on In the wild.
who have not managed to bring her back, and we don't know how long her body's going to last in the condition that she's in.
As I said, I can bring Ragesh back, just not the soul. That's really more of a divine magic thing.
Okay, are you happy?
Mm-hmm.
I need the rest of you to stand watch. And I will need your aid to help her call her back from the death place that she sits at the moment. Wafflehouse, are you committed?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he comes up. Whatever happens, do not interfere with the ritual once it starts.
Fair enough.
I could not tell you what the outcome would be. If you do. But I doubt it would be benefit of the Huntress and the Believer.
Rick, are you absolutely sure about this?
And Ragesh lies next to you, Brick.
I am. All I've ever wanted is to find her, and I cannot be in the world without her. I'd rather she be in it. I appreciate what Learn's offer is, but as you're saying, you can't bring back the soul. It's not the same. I always had a feeling this may happen.
Okay. Well, if you've made peace with it, then we'll do what we can to help you. But I just wanted to be explicitly clear that you understood that this could be it for you, and that we would let it happen.
For what it's worth, despite how long it took to get here, it's been fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the word for it, but it's certainly been memorable.
Okay. So Marius picks up a book. Lewin, you recognise one of the books you looked through. It was the one which you recognise the dark undertones in. You are a wonderful father. He strokes the huntress's face. He starts to read the ritual in the book. And wrong one. And keep that one going. And so I need the right music for this. I don't know which one it's going to be. I think I'm going to do this one. This one. No, wrong one. And he starts to recite it in a language which none of you understand. You recognise arcane phrases in it, those who have arcana skills. The black ball starts to spin faster. I need you, Brick, to close your eyes and let me take your essence. Do you acquiesce to this?
Yep, Breck will close his eyes.
And you feel at peace. And as you chant, you feel yourself get lighter. and you turn your head to the side and you see the still form Ragesh. Good. And the ball spins faster. And the black suddenly starts to glow. The bright light. Whatever happens now, do not interfere. And Marius walks up to the bright light, and he puts his hand on it. Puts his blackened hand on the light, and you can see his hand start to burn. With his other hand, he points towards Gesh and holds her on the forehead. And the rest of you see Brick's breathing getting shallower. And a small light rise out of his mouth and travel slowly towards Marius. What are the rest of you doing whilst he's doing this?
Do I have any clue what's happening here?
Make an Arcana roll for me.
Oh, let's hope it's a high roll. Not good enough. 16.
You don't. This is clearly a ritual you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Dak, you have seen saw the Fabius ritual, and there seems to be some similarities to that, but it is different in a subtle way. And his hand is now burning. He had blackened fingers. The rest have now fallen off. Hey! And now his intonation turns into common, and you hear him talk about the love of a father for his child, the love which is the most powerful entity and most powerful force in the universe, the power to call back life, the power to change worlds. Bring the statue and touch it to the orb now, whilst I hold on.
Boris, you're up.
And you can see now his face, one side starts to melt slowly, a bit like in a slow version of Indiana Jones in the Ark of the Covenant one. You know, it starts to melt on one side. This I do for you. Are you going to touch the statue to the white circle? Yeah. Brick. Sorry, Boris.
I was going to say I'm lying down.
Yeah.
Is that Boris?
Yeah, certainly will.
So you touch the statue to the circle, and
as Boris does that, JC would like to sort of get ready to dodge if anything goes
Okay.
his way.
there is a silent. You feel there's a shudder in the universe as that happens. And you feel all yourself feel like you're stumbling, you're about to fall over. The rocks fall from the ceiling, and the statue disappears. In the whiteness of the spinning balls become white. You can see it now cracks, and it cracks in the middle, and it just stops moving. I do this for you. And Brick stops breathing.
Way to break the fucking moment. Oh dear.
And then Marius turns to the ball and he puts both hands on it. Master, it is done.
Oh, fuck, I knew it.
And he puts his hands on the ball and he disappears into it.
Damn, too slow.
And the ball just stops. And you see there a visage in front of you. Brick is not moving. There is a environment. There's a dark wood. It's in the middle of winter. There's no snow. There's no leaves on the trees. There is a bright moon in the sky. There's a central clearing in the moonlight, of which you can see in there. There is it's like a small chest. The chest opens slowly. It's made of stone with gold inlay. Illuminated in the light, the chest opens slowly. Mist, as the lid comes up, mist falls from the opening area for over the lid. And the lid falls back with a thump, and standing out from the chest, a skeletal figure stands up. Green glowing eye on one side, hand missing. Thank you, Wafflehouse, for bringing me back. I'm stopping there.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Didn't quite plan out the way I hoped it to. Never mind.
That's all right. I will just tap the little vial on my belt with a degree of internal satisfaction that my paranoia was correct the entire time.
I knew there was something wrong with him, but damn it, he was just too genuine.
The trouble is, at some point, Brick's going to commit to an option because that's like 4 or 5 people now have yanked his chain, right? Like, what do? You just hedge your bet, okay?
I was about to say, I wasn't going to interfere in that. That's a Brick thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Although we might have to introduce a new Wafflehouse rule that no one's allowed to give their life for the loved ones anymore.
We've got a 50-50 bet so far. It's
yeah,
not too bad.
that's not a great percentage when you're bringing back that from the dead.
You should have taken my option. You could have had, like, 10% Ragesh back. I see that as an absolute win.
I had other options, but given what the other options have done for me so far, which is mutilate half the party, wasn't too keen. So, yeah.
That's okay.
Tell you what, though, just to interject all this, whilst everyone would be standing there in disbelief of what's just happened, JC's going to go over and pick up the red ribbon and put it in his pocket.
Red gem, yep. Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Could you put...
To be fair, like... Sorry, go on.
So you do that, JC. And you have a strange feeling as you pick it up.
Good strange, bad strange, or just a strange?
You feel that you have connected to minds around. Probably at least 100 minds you've connected to.
Oh.
Oh shit! How many
Racist.
people? How many people were roughly in Sanctuary?
Over 100.
Oh man, he's Van Hohenheimed himself. Oh well, have fun with that, GC.
God. Have a curse on top, why not?
Instead of 101 Dalmatians, it's 101 personalities.
Yeah. Look, right. Yeah, there's a trend with me. I like it. Whenever we face the bad guy, something's on the floor. I'm gonna pick it up, right?
It sounds reminiscent of picking up a white mask many moons ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't picking out the white mask; it was putting it on.
Well, yeah.
Apologies to Dak for leaving him as still the sole survivor
Yeah,
of the group.
Dak is just like on his knees weeping at this point. It's just like, oh god damn, it's happened again.
Death follows me.
Because he's at the point now where he's.
I had a whole sad speech ready for you lot as well in case it came to that,
Yeah.
but we didn't need it.
Brick, death is only the beginning.
That's true.
Can we
No,
bring you
honestly.
back by 10%?
Oh, believe me, I'm not finished with any of you yet. As long as you keep me as long as you keep me alive, we can be friends forever.
Forever.
It's gonna
And
be a
ever.
it's gonna be a Lewin two swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewin's gonna pick up retribution in tribute to his old friend.
Actually,
Retribution has
wouldn't
gone.
that disappear?
Ah! I can't.
And I'm pretty sure it would have disintegrated as opposed to going if I'm dead,
I can't even.
because that was only while I was alive.
I can't even have it for the meme value anymore.
Do you know what you can have? Do you know what would be left behind for you? Here you go, Flavor Tech. All that's left behind is a single piece of jerky from his pocket
That's all right.
for the dragon.
That's all right.
Well,
Lewin
actually,
always has
you say that, but okay, we can continue if you wish. The body of Brick has the armor is there, the cloak is there, but the body just sinks into nothingness and disappears.
Is Ragash's corpse still there?
Shall we continue then? If you want
Only if
5
that-
minutes,
only-
okay.
Only if that's okay with
Just
you.
5 minutes to round this up. Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes then, because I thought that was a nice place to stop. But okay, if we can do an epilogue.
Please, 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes.
Fine.
You've
Okay.
done a good job of me
Next.
pleading to keep going.
Okay, so you see this creature standing there with a skeletal with a green eye. Next to it, you see a staggering man, burnt features, who is restored. As promised, Wafflehouse. She will come back. As you look, Ragesh takes a breath, open her eyes, and sits up. Standing
Just to
next.
clarify, yeah, just quick. Yeah, she's not like empty body still, is she?
No, you can see pinkness in her face, and she looks up. And in this visage, in the Fellwild, is it Fellwild? Shadowfell. You see Vecna standing there. At his right side, Dyson Brandt.
Motherfucker.
And coming out of the mist behind them, you see a Death Knight. Flaming glaive in his hand.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh.
You have reborn me. I am in debt, Wafflehouse. The game is played. Check. 8. And the visage and the vision, the vision you see in front of you just disappears, and the orb goes out, and you're left there standing in the dark, cold. And Ragesh sits up. Dad, I've had a terrible dream. Dad. And just sees the armour there, but the body of Brick is gone. And she looks around at you looking for answers.
Seeing this quickly, Lewin's going to quickly ruffle through his little bag of vials. Is Brick's hair still there?
Yes.
Yes! Okay, good.
Small curly one.
Yep, nope, good. That's
From a hard night with Gladys.
It doesn't matter how dirty and nasty it is. And Lewin's just going to murmur to himself, "You can't checkmate the Wafflehouse, because we played chess like Boris."
Okay, well, I will stop there now.
Wow.
And I'll give you all a bit time for a bit quick debrief, because I threw that at you.
For a waffle episode, man.
Are you? First of all, are you all okay?
May I say, expertly done. That was fantastic. Bravo.
Yep.
Encore.
But you knew he was the baddie.
Yeah, but we're not very good at saying no.
The thing is, Brick didn't. Like, at the end of the day, like, there's nothing that he'd done in Brick's mind to question it the entire time. Like, so he would stick with it rather than anything else, and so it makes the most sense.
The thing is, he's the best kind of traitor bad guy in the fact he did nothing that was inherently untrustworthy up until the last moment.
Yeah, like Bomber.
I was twitching there, ready to push him into the sphere.
Same.
Oh, I was the same. Like, if any of you had alerted me to something, Brick would have just literally just stabbed him through the chest, like, no problem.
Oh, Brick, I'm sorry.
No, don't seriously, don't be. Like, I kind of had a feeling this was what the option, because I got given, like, if I'm alright to talk about the other option or not.
Yeah.
They'll hear on the recording anyway.
Yeah.
So I got another option from an unknown voice saying that he's not who he says he was and to stab him. But at the end of the day, when I asked who it was, he was basically like, not saying. What's Brick gonna do? Is he gonna trust the person he can see or the person he can't see? Because, I mean, look, you can look at other people, right? You got to look at Chernobog with the vision, which didn't turn out to be true. There's been a couple of other times where he's been baited and it's not been true. So it's going to get to a point where he just hedges his bets on one. So it kind of made the most sense. So I'm fine, honestly. I'm probably out of all of you the most okay with this. The only regret I have is I didn't get to do my sad speech, which probably would have had at least 2 or 3 of you cry, because I planned it meticulously.
Well, the good news, Brick, is hold on to that speech, because I'm going to do the end of AI ending for you.
Okay. Fabulous.
By the way, I'm getting all your hopes up. This is not something I'm going to be able to achieve in the campaign. This is definitely give Lewin Batman preparation time and he can do this. But
do you know what? I came into this with Brick genuinely, after the horror stories that Ross had started with, expecting him to be dead within a couple of months. Because I got told, oh yeah, this campaign's great, this has happened, we had these people die in the first session. And I was like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to build something, just play with it and see how, get into actually playing in earnest. So I didn't actually expect Brick to get to this stage, if I'm honest.
I will say, Brick,
So it's been fun, but it's been 4 years of playing the same character. I am ready to play something else.
I'm not a good metric to measure character survivability by, because Lewin is the longest lasting character I've had ever.
Yeah. And again, I don't think I will probably ever have something run as long as Brick. I think characters do. I get why people sometimes do it, right? Like you did it with his name's escaping. Fabius. I get why you did. You get to that stage, don't you? Where you're like, I've done everything I can with this character. I don't know how long I can keep it up.
I mean, that was also due to the fact that I just literally could not keep up with healing everyone as a rogue.
Yes.
If only you could sneak attack on the healing.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to say I won't be helping you in that regard. I've got some plans.
But yes, may I say, DM, bravo. That was a winding, travelling, many layers of secrets, and I loved every minute of it.
There has been. Well, it's not over yet, but that it's just if do you want to meta game and know some of the things that have happened so far? No, not yet. Okay,
if that's okay with everyone else.
Fine. That's fine.
I agree.
But you'll realise that at least one deity type figure has been playing you here.
We're at the end game now.
Well, you have finished one game, and your opponent is now more powerful than ever.
Sounds about right.
And we couldn't defeat him last time, so let's have fun this time.
We quite possibly going to have to go and speak to Vox Machina.
Of course. What Boris could have done is just asked Auntie and Granny if they should trust him. They would have used with Algery, and they would have told him.
So what you're saying is Boris's fault.
I will have you know, we don't need help from those upstart adventurers. We are quite capable of dealing with this world-ending problem we created by ourselves.
I mean, maybe, but since they've already done it once, the cheat sheet couldn't hurt.
Last time, Dyson Brand caught me by surprise. Ever since then, I've got the alert feat. I have been preparing Dyson Brand countermeasures. Unfortunately, they're all diamond dust. But hey, diamond dust can be spent on more countermeasures.
Absolutely can. But the whole idea with this sort of fool you once, shame on me. Fool you twice.
I knew there was something up with him, but every single bloody insight roll was low.
Well,
you give me any seeded out, it would have changed, but it didn't.
The first time we arrived here, and the first time we said it, me and Yixit were whispering each other, and we got it within about a minute. That was Dyson, but that was obviously being heavily meta played. So we were like, well. Our characters don't know that, so
I did exactly the same. I did it. I had to do exactly the same and toe the line because, in all honesty, if I put an ounce of metagame in, I would have done the same because I'd question it, but I was trying to play my character to the letter.
Yeah, it's way more fun to ignore that and just play it as you would. So
it is because otherwise you don't get anything interesting and dramatic sometimes happen in the campaigns because you just predict everything.
Exactly.
I think the biggest thing though there for me was about Ragesh the sword. It was such a flimsy thing, but it's not Yezgib's place to question that.
And the thing is, it was in. Yeah. And the thing is, with him, it's in her possession when he first saw her, so it's kind of difficult to summarise any other way.
Yeah.
Well, it was all made very difficult for you to. You knew what the issues were, but it was very difficult to actually put it all together, and actually. You were going. I knew you all knew that there was something wrong with him. He was basically the reason he was scarred is because of the wish spell he cast initially, which was not a normal spell, and he got damaged with that and got damaged repeatedly because he had to try and save them. But you have been played like marionettes by various powers. But he got what he wanted. But he also got the huntress back. How she takes it, of course, is
Wow.
going to be how you guys deal with it.
Well, I do have the modify memory spell.
No.
JC's going to be completely upfront with what Marius told him. He's going to be, yep, this is what happened.
Yeah, I think she deserves to know the truth.
And in honesty, what I probably would have done at some point through any conversation in the last 4 months as to what I would do if we found her and I wasn't there, and what I'd want you guys to do, it would have been probably send it to Rosie in the class.
What,
Yeah.
The criminals.
Well, I'd like to think of them more as like the underworld SAS.
The underworld SAS.
I do forget, in all his wisdom, Brick does have an intelligence of 8.
Oh, we should only
Yeah,
be
but I mean,
so
like,
lucky.
it's Rosie's like saying, I see like Rosie like, you know, it's your family is the clasp thing, sort of, you know.
Yeah,
So it would have done that.
Sense, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, mate, she's
anyone-
joining
if
the
it were-
party.
Well, maybe.
I don't know actually whether Dak would allow her to join. Only because the guilt
The
of that.
bloodline must carry on.
The guilt of it is just too much. It's a bit like why they don't like let all the brothers serve on the same vessels on the army or whatever. It's just you can't. It's too much to wipe out a family completely.
But that's what happened in the First World War, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jordan did it early on, didn't he? He just ended one of those family lines really early.
It's a good thing I also know a little bit of what's going on about that old character.
Somewhere in the wide world of Exandria, someone's going to have to make a psychic save there.
Yeah. We did it for Alexis. So we need to do the same for Ragesh. We need to do what we can to keep them safe.
You got it right the first time.
Yeah.
With Alexi.
We need to do what we can to keep the kids safe.
Oh, Alexi's fine, I'm sure. He's only blown off half his hand.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing with gunpowder, which is still safer than travelling with us.
I'm proud of my boy. I use the crossbow. He uses a handgun. You know, he's hipping with the times like these young people are.
But there's another empty chair at an empty table for the Waffle House.
Nothing new.
Well, for you guys maybe not, but the guilt and the weight is starting to affect Dak, I think, at this point.
Well, it should be. He's the leader.
Keep him away from the olives.
What guilt? Why feel guilty? We can fix this.
It's not so much that. It's more the fact it's just happened again, and I think it's only so many times you can have it happened again before it starts to affect you.
Guilt.
Look, Dak, let's put it this way. When you drop a plate, do you have a funeral, or do you just fix it?
There's some different...
You roll up a new plate.
You go to IKEA.
This is a broken plate situation, and we're going to fix it.
But Boris waves his tentacle at you and then looks at Brick and is like, yeah, you'll just bring him back as a kraken. Win likes that idea.
Lou just opens the spell book and just jots the idea down.
By the way, you guys were so resistant to that confusion spell from the statue.
Yeah,
well, didn't we?
We did really well
did
with that.
nothing. I was expecting you to be attacking each other and all sorts of things.
Even when we failed
Thank
it,
goodness,
Eva
so to be
just
fair,
stood
otherwise
still.
we would have literally killed each other before we actually get
Oh
back.
yeah. Oh, is Skip's not here next week? Oh dear.
I'm not here the following week, but I am here next week.
I'm here, eternal.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be in Cumbria, but I'll be here next week.
To be fair, next week's London Marathon next week, so I could be busy.
Everyone's bathing.
Well, I mean, the other option is that I'm definitely away. Like again, not next week, but the week after. So potentially, maybe like.
Well, I'll stop
you
recording
guys
now because
do
nobody listens to this anyway. So